During our previous videos in this chapter, we had a quick overview for how to build mobile website using Liferay mobile detection rules. In this video, we will cover the responsive design. As I mentioned previously, mobile website can be built by either mobile detection rules or responsive design. In this video, I will talk more about the responsive design. As a recap to what I said before, responsive design uses HTML5, JavaScript, and CSS to make sure the page will render correctly on each device based on the size. The responsive design changed the page layout, images, video size, and also fonts and arrangement to make sure the page will fit into different browsers based on the size. Liferay adopted that approach since Liferay 6.2, and as I mentioned before, this is the new way of developing mobile websites, and it's much easier than the mobile detection rules since you create the page once and it can fit on any mobile browser based on the size. Our base core of responsive design with Liferay DXP is Bootstrap 3. Bootstrap 3 comes with predefined CSS and JavaScript classes that you can use while you are creating your content to make sure the content will be responsive as the rest of the website. As an example to that, the CSS class container-fluid-1280, that class divides the page into 12 horizontal columns. When you add that class into a div, you can define the columns as a child divs, and each column or each div can have a width by defining the number of columns using the class col-md-the number of columns. I will show that in details during the demo. The result of the above code is a responsive content inside your responsive Liferay platform. And this is how the content will look on different devices with different sizes. In the next chapter, I will talk more about the second approach, which is building mobile application using native technologies and Liferay screens. Let's jump to our demo environment and see the responsive design. So in this video, I will give a quick demo about Liferay responsive design. Liferay comes out of the box integrated with Bootstrap to provide out-of-the-box responsive design for every content coming with Liferay. It is your responsibility to make any content you add into Liferay responsive by using the CSS, JavaScript classes that comes with Liferay from Bootstrap 3. So as I mentioned during the presentation, responsive design means that the page will change the layout, fonts, text arrangement, video sizes to make sure all the content will fit into the browser based on the size. So let's take a quick demo to that. So I'm going to change the browser size by moving my screen here, and as you can see here, by moving the screen, the responsive design makes sure all the content will fit into my browser. Even the menu actually got changed to make sure the menus will fit inside my browser. Also, Liferay offers administration tool to test your responsive design on different devices based on the size. So to see those tools, let's log in here as an admin user. So when you go to Liferay and log in as an admin user, you can click on the top right here on the simulation, and once you click on the simulation, you're going to have access to those tools. So here you can see how Liferay will act on a desktop. You can change that to be a mobile device, and you can make sure Liferay will act the way you want on that mobile device also your content are completely responsive and fit inside your mobile browser. And even if I change the orientation of that, you can make sure your content will look nice the way you want. You can also choose different devices with different sizes, or you can completely custom your size and write the size that you want and make sure your device will fit for your website will fit for devices with this size. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to add a new page, and on this page I will add a content that is responsive using CSS classes from Bootstrap 3. So first, I will go to my site, and under navigation, I will create a new page. I will name my page as new page, and after I create my new page, I can give this page a layout. I'm gonna give it now one column and click add. Now I'm ready to add content and start using the Bootstrap classes. So on the right side here, I'm clicking the add button, and under application I will look for web content display and drag and drop this on my page. Once I have this on my page, I can click the add button and add a new content, and I'm gonna name my content responsive content. And in the content here, I'm gonna grab some images from my document repository. To do this, I can click the add button, click the images. I can add some images from my document repository here. I will start with 2 images. So I'm gonna add this first image, and then I'll click enter and add another one. Now I need to make this images responsive as the rest of the site. To do that, I will go to the source tab, and I will maximize my browser so I can see my code and I see how it's going to look like on the browser. I can also change the orientation to make sure it looks the way I want. Right? I'm going to copy my code here and paste it here. And inside my code, inside every div, I'm gonna add the image that I want. So the first div, I add the first image, and in the second div, I'm gonna add the second image, and I will delete that code that I don't need. So as you can see here, the images will fit. The first one, it fit inside 5 columns. The second one, it fit inside 7. So this class divide the page into 12 equally columns. If I try to add one extra column here, you're gonna see that the image will be pushed under the first one. So I'm getting back this to 7. So you can see that if I change the orientation of the page, the first page takes 5 columns, the second one takes 7. If I made it completely equal, I can make it 6 and 6, and now you can see the 2 images are equal next to each other. I can click add now and publish this content. And now you can see this content is completely responsive. So if I try to minimize my browser, you can see that they're actually fit inside my browser. Even the arrangement layout get changed based on the browser size. This was a quick overview about responsive design. There is a lot of JavaScript and CSS classes that are very useful that you can use it while creating your content to make it look the way you want. In the next videos, I will talk more about the second approach of creating mobile strategies in your organization, like building mobile application using Liferay screens.